Ginormous Joe's Lost Buddy. Written, illustrated and narrated by SCCunningham. Once upon a time, a big white cuddly dog called Josephine, Joe for short, lay sleeping in the garden with her family of friends. Two little white dogs called Muttley and Tom, and a fluffy ginger kitten called Vinny were cuddled near her. The friends lived with a kind lady called Mary. Mary was their hero. She always made sure they were warm, safe, and had plenty of food and water. She took them for fun walks and gave them loads of cuddles. She kissed them every morning as they woke up and every night as they went to sleep. In turn, the animals looked after Mary the best they could. They gave her lots of snuggles and kisses. They made her laugh, smile, and feel special. They kept her healthy with fresh air walks. They let her know she was loved, no matter how her day went. They kept her safe. No bad people ever came to the house. If a bad person did come to the door, Muttley would be the first to sound the alarm by shouting a warning. Tom would back him up with a loud bark, and Vinny would run to the door, arch his back, and be ready with his claws. Joe didn't really need to do anything. She just stayed asleep. Joe was so big that the bad person would just trip over her. If she did wake up, she would slowly stand, give a shrug of her big white coat, and leisurely saunter over to the commotion. If a bad person saw her, their eyes would pop wide open. Their jaws would drop to the ground. With a little squeal, they would run away as fast as their legs could carry them. Mary was very safe with her animals. They protected her. That's what friends and family are for. As they all lay sleeping in the garden, Joe let out a very loud snore. The others jumped with shock. They looked around to see what was happening. Realizing that it was only Joe snoring, they fell back to sleep, but not for long. Mary suddenly stepped into the garden, clutching a blanket bundle. She walked over to Joe and laid the bundle on the ground. "Wakey, wakey," she cheered. "Joe, I need you to look after someone for me." Joe peeked open a sleepy eye. She didn't like being disturbed. After food, sleep was her favourite thing to do. Muttley, Tom and Vinny lifted their heads to see what was happening. Mary stroked Joe's head. "Sorry, Joe," she soothed. "I don't mean to disturb you, but this is an emergency. This little bundle is staying here with us until his mummy comes home from work and to collect him. Be kind, he's had a bit of a hectic day." She smiled, pointing at the bundle. "But all is safe now, and I'm going to prepare some dinner." Mary went back into the house, leaving the animals peering at the mysterious bundle. It suddenly moved. They all jumped back, except Joe. Nothing ever bothered Joe. "What is it?" asked Tom, stepping nearer to investigate. "Who is it?" asked Vinny, sniffing the air. "And why is it in a blanket?" asked Muttley, tilting his head, trying to understand. Joe gently nuzzled the bundle with her nose, and a little face peered out from beneath the blanket. "Buddy!" shouted Tom, pleased to see him. "What are you doing here?" Buddy was a little dog from next door. He and his mum had just moved in. The family loved their new neighbour. "I've just had the most crazy day ever," Buddy sighed. "Am I pleased to see you guys?" he gulped. "Gosh," said Vinny. "What happened, Buddy?" "Well, after my mum went to work this morning, I saw that the garden gate was open. I think the postman may have left it ajar by mistake. I sneaked out and went on an adventure." Joe shook her head. "Oh dear." "What?" said Tom, confused. "What do you mean, oh dear?" "Well, said Joe. "Just because a gate is open doesn't mean you should go through it, especially without telling anyone where you're going. You must be careful. It's not good to go out alone. It's difficult for us to protect you if we don't know where you are." "I know," groaned Buddy. "Tell me about it. I don't think I'll be doing it again any time soon." "Why? What happened?" Tom snuggled nearer, a little frightened for his new friend. "Well, at first it felt like a great adventure. I ran to the beach, played in puddles, and jumped over waves. The time just flew by. I didn't realise how late it was getting." The gang listened in silence. "I was swimming in the sea and started to feel hungry, so I stopped to look around and tried to find the way home. But I didn't know where I was. I didn't know how to get home. I didn't know anyone around me. I was suddenly very frightened and very alone." "Oh, my goodness," breathed Muttley. "What did you do?" "I sat crying and shivering for a while, and then I thought that sitting still and being scared was not getting me anywhere. I had to find someone to help me. But I couldn't just go to anyone. It needed to be someone I could trust, with, like a security guard or a lifeguard, a police person, or maybe a family. I needed to find someone who looked safe." "Good thinking, Buddy," smiled Joe. "Very wise." "I walked towards the entrance to the beach and luckily saw a policewoman talking with a family. It looked like she was returning a lost boy to his parents. The parents and the boy were cuddling with joy and tears. They were very grateful to the policewoman. I wandered over to the policewoman, waited for her to finish talking to the family, and put my paw on her leg." "Gosh, what happened next?" asked Vinny, listening in awe to Buddy's story. "Well, she gave me a cuddle and looked at my collar tag. She called the telephone number on it and spoke to my mum. She looked down at me and said, 'Are you Buddy?' I wagged my tail and licked her hand. Finally, I felt safe." "Oh, you made the right choice, Buddy," nodded Joe. "Sometimes, when children and their parents go to busy places, they plan a safe meeting point to go to if one of them gets lost. The children also learn the name of their parent and have no fear in shouting it out loud to get attention. Sometimes they know their home telephone number and the name of the street they live on. They're very clever. Luckily, animals like us, we have tags on our collars with the information. If you're lost, always ask for help from someone you can trust. The police are best. They are there to help protect us. It's their job." "I know. They were lovely to me," Buddy beamed. "I got to ride in a police car back to the police station. It was amazing. I sat by the policewoman's desk until she made a few calls and brought me here." "Wow, what a great day you've had," beamed Tom. "Yes, but I won't be doing it again soon. Being alone on that beach was very frightening. I cried for my mummy. I thought I'd never see her again. Next time, if I see a gate open, I'm not going to go through it unless my mum is with me." "Good decision, Buddy," agreed Joe. "That's what friends and family are for. We look out for each other." Muttley and Vinny stared at Joe in awe. She was always so wise. They loved having her in their family. Mary poked her head out the window and shouted, "Food, everyone, food!" They all scrambled up onto their feet and rushed into the house. They loved mealtimes. Buddy was very happy that he'd met the policewoman and that he had such good friends. He couldn't wait to see his mummy. He was never walking off alone again. The end.